LLC owners, there is a major change that you are required to do starting January 1st, 2024. This is really important, and I want to make sure that you understand the requirements and how they are changing, because if you do not comply with these new requirements, whether you know that they are happening or not, you can be fined up to $500 every day that you have not filed this new requirement, for up to $10,000. Starting in 2024, owners of companies are going to be required to file what is called a beneficial ownership information statement. Beginning on January 1st, 2024, many companies in the United States will have to report information about their beneficial owners. These are individuals who own or control the company. They will have to report the information to the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, otherwise known as FinCEN. FinCEN is a bureau of the United States Department of the Treasury. Now, there are some exceptions, and there are some types of companies that will not have to report, but the majority of you are going to be required to file this new report. Now, there are some major consequences that can happen if you do not file this new required report. This can include civil penalties of up to $500 for each day that the violation continues, or criminal penalties including imprisonment for up to 2 years and/or a fine of up to $10,000. FinCEN will begin accepting reports starting on January 1st, 2024. You cannot send these in any earlier. If your company was created or registered prior to January 1st, 2024, then you're going to have 1 year until January 1st, 2025 to report your BOI. Now, if your company is created or registered after this begins, after January 1st, 2024, then you must report your BOI within 30 days of business registration. This is not a report that is going to be filed annually. This is a one-time report, but you must update that report if there are any changes within 30 days of those changes going into effect. In order to file this report, you're going to file this electronically through FinCEN's website. The link is included in the video description. FinCEN has provided the following flowchart in order to identify if you are required to file this report. This chart does show that if you have a sole proprietorship, you are not defined as a company and will not be a reporting. This chart does show that if you have an LLC, that you are going to be required to file this report. If you're a sole proprietor, then you have not formed a company and you are not going to be deemed a reporting company. Now, there are 23 specific types of business entities that are exempt from reporting and who do not need to file this report. These types of companies are listed here. If your company is a reporting company, then your next step is going to be to identify your beneficial owners. A beneficial owner is any individual who directly or indirectly has substantial control over a reporting company or owns or controls at least 25% of the ownership interests of a reporting company. FinCEN provides the following indicators for determining substantial control. This can include things such as senior officers, appointment or removal authority, important decision makers, and then there's a catch-all as well at the bottom. FinCEN also defines the ownership interests such as having equity, stock, or voting rights, capital or profit interest, convertible instruments, or option or privilege. If you are required to report, then you are going to file your beneficial ownership information report electronically through FinCEN's website. And make sure that you do this on time in order to avoid those really costly penalties.